So like many of these modified fortresses built on the site of older fortifications, there's the ruins of an old castle down there which was the Chateau de Rudel, and it was built in the 12th century. I love the English translations here, it's great. What does it say? In 1127, Vulgrin Rudel, Lord of Bly, made built the castle in front of you, on the ruins of an ancient fortress already located at the top of the natural rocky headland close to the high town of Bly. The most famous of the lords of Bly who lived in this castle was Geoffrey Rudel, poet and troubadour, forerunner of the Languedoc literature. We know very few about his life. He went to crusade at the time Aliénor of Aquitaine reigned on the area. She reigned on the area. She was a big cloud and she reigned on the area. His song about a faraway love gave birth to the legend of his passion for Melisande, Countess of Tripoli, of whom he would have fallen in love with without having ever seen her. Brilliant. Perfect English translation there, with Eleanor of Aquitaine reigning on the area. Good old Eleanor. Her waters broke. She reigned on the area. So there we go. That's the ruins of a 12th century little castle, and now it's contained within this much larger 17th century modification, the Pride of Vauban. So if we take a little stroll up here, we should get an even better view out over the estuary. The estuary which I hope to cross at some point today, if the driver of the boat doesn't decide to go on strike along with the rest of France. There we go. You can probably just about make out the strip of land down the middle, the island. You can see the water on either side. It is about 2 miles across, apparently, and it takes just under half an hour, and the ferry. Heaven knows how long it would have taken those folks back in the Middle Ages trying to row across. I guess it could be quite dangerous out there in the middle. The tides, if you're not familiar with the way the water works. This is a municipal campsite down here. You can just about make out the placements. But it's closed from the 30th of September, which is a shame. I'm going to make quite a nice spot to pitch up. Right, let's go back down and walk back through the few narrow streets of the citadel. Break into a jog. It's slightly crazy, the temperatures at the moment. First thing in the morning, very nippy. Through the night, very cold. I think towards the end of this week it's going to... one forecast I saw said it would drop down to -2, which would be as cold as it's been since I was in Scotland. So yeah, we've started to see my breath again in the early mornings and the evenings. But right now, with the sun up, it's getting on for midday, I guess. It's, I don't know, 15, 16, it's quite pleasant. It's just an autumnal nip in the air when the sun disappears. Bit of a cold wind. Pavillon de la Place. isn't it, with the sun just streaking through the branches of these huge trees. Provide much needed shade in the heat of the summer. Very pretty indeed, isn't it? Little cottage, shutters and beautifully manicured gardens. A little sculpture down there. I don't know what this is down here, it's just... No, that's now a private house. It's just a... Maison de Zulpi. I guess these are actually people's homes. Along that street there, there's a hotel down the far end. Is this a dungeon of some kind? Let's have a look. Hôpital du Siege. Théâtre du Mascaret. What's it say? At the end of the 6th century, Saint-Romain evangelized the town and its area. He was buried in the church Saint-Romain, and his tomb became a stage of the Santiago pilgrimage. Roland, nephew of Charlemagne and Lord of Blaye, slain in Roncesvalles, which is the first Spanish town that I arrive in once I've walked over the Pyrenees. So when I leave Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port in about 10 days' time, I climb up and up and up and up and up and up to the highest point of the Pyrenees, descend down the other side, cross the border, descend down the other side, Roncesvalles, or the French pronounce it Roncesvalles, the first Spanish stop that I reach. So anyway, so Roland, nephew of Charlemagne, he was slain there, slain in Roncesvalles, and was buried in this church as well, in this church, Saint-Romain. In the 11th century, Blaye was the second city of Aquitaine, thanks to its strategic position on the Gironde estuary, and on a road between the north and the south. The city, surrounded by a wall, was located on the limestone headland. Outside a suburb and the Abbey Saint-Romain constituted the low town. When Louis XIV asked Vauban to work at the fortifications of Blaye, it was necessary to demolish the low city. The ruins of Saint-Auban Abbey can be seen on the banquet. On the banquet? What's that, the banquet? Is that on the banquet? I don't know. I guess that's a small banquet. The inhabitants of Blaye had to leave and built a new town away from their bastions. So there we go. So Saint-Romain in the 6th century.